Hi everybody, I am SS the Showstopper and today is the 15th of March 2024. Before I get into it, let me take the time out to thank all those who have been subscribing to my channel, those who are watching and listening keenly. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for making time out to visit my channel. So you are welcome. No, I don't want to say it too often because I don't want people to think that okay, it just sound generic and I don't mean it or I'm not being sincere. So every now and then I'll tap into it and tell you guys, thank you for being a part of my channel. Now, I see some drifters, some trolls, I see some people, some people coming on like fungus or like this great lichenification that's coming over onto my channel, and they want to be disrespectful, they want to be rude because I spoke about the politics and I spoke about the Vybz Kartel case, and it's very itchy for them. It's like a scab that's itch, you understand? And they can't manage what is being said, they can't hold it, they can't fathom that there lies an individual who is independent in thought and have been looking closely at what is in front of them. That's not my fault. That's your fault. You understand? You have to come out of the matrix, and I can't help you. I can probably give you the tools, but sometimes, for a person mind to revamp or for a person mind to restructure or remodify, they probably need to be born again. Some people you simply can't help. Like I said, I'm not from the background that caters to every single thing under Garrison, and so I don't function like that. And there are several Jamaicans who are like me. There are several Jamaicans who are actually from a Garrison background, but they are outside of the matrix. They leave. They are no longer a part of that system of belief wherein everything caters to one political party and all of that. I am within my right to highlight flaws. I'm within my right to speak on who I will support or vote for. And by the looks of it, I have said, and I will continue to say it, I will not be voting for Mark Golding, who is the leader of the People's National Party. I'm sorry, I will not be doing it. Perhaps if it was someone else, maybe. But certainly not who I'm looking at right now, given the past. No, absolutely not. And lo and behold, here they're asking for the files and the reports on the FinSAC, because this is very, very serious. We don't know the agenda of this individual. We don't know what plans he has for Jamaica. You are handing him a prime minister position. He will be in charge of the country's economy. And the last time I checked, he was also responsible for the collapse of the economy in the 90s. And because of such, I am within my right to say I'm simply won't support it. So if you like it or you don't like it, that's just your problem. You probably have to take it up with a priest at a confession booth, because this is social media. It's not a place of solace. You understand? And I never disrespected anyone. I just said what I had to say in respect, and I'm within my right to say it. Now, there are persons out there who are also PNP who have been speaking out, who have been vocal. Yes, because they want a proper representation. They don't want who is actually out there to be a part of their PNP party. And they are also within their right to speak on it. There are persons who will support Mark Golding. They're also within their right, don't get me wrong. But if you're going to support this person, you have to know exactly what you are supporting and be ready for the onslaught. I am not ready for an onslaught because I'm not supporting that individual. Back to the topic that's at hand. Okay, so yesterday I did a video on the entire Vybz Kartel situation, and in came another drifter who was telling me that I need to go over Sir P channel in order to understand crime and in order to know law. So I was looking into the situation and I'm like, does this individual know who he's addressing? Does he know who he's attempting to address? Because at the end of the day, if your knowledge is powered by what a phantom vlogger says about crime and about law, mine isn't. You understand? Mine is powered by actually going to an academia that taught law. That's how I know about law. That's the difference between you and I, because what Sir P is saying is found in a book. It's found in a book. It's found in a book somewhere. All you have to do is read. But because the vast majority of you guys who support people out there who come at people or who speak on crime or who speak on law. You guys don't like to read. And because you don't like to read, he has to take up the mantle to read things for you. You understand? And because of such, you and I do not share the same reality. So you need to keep your degenerated mind over there. Keep it over there. Keep the ignorance over there. Don't bring it here. Your comment will be removed, or I will disrespect you because I'm not afraid to do it. It's my channel. You understand? So when you're coming over here, please do your research or watch other videos to get to an idea as to who you're actually addressing. I was speaking on the situation with Vybz Kartel, and I said if the attorneys had asked for a reduced sentence, it would have put the Privy Council in a better position where they would have made a pronounced verdict that would be satisfying, more satisfying for the client. This is not about the defense. It is for Vybz Kartel, and he has a decision that he wants to make. The decision that Vybz Kartel has to make: do you want to come out of prison? When? You want to come out of prison, and when? So I'm not sure what exactly is it that the attorneys are celebrating, saying that they win. What did you win? The man is still in prison. What exactly did you win when the guy is still in prison? And you see, because there are persons out there who are deeply misguided and they take everything that an attorney say as gospel. So they will run with it. They don't understand that there's a psychology that's being played. A lot of times I will say things and I will speak with what seems to be ignorance because it's psychology. I have to know what people are actually thinking. So if I pull their strings, then they will eventually come out. It's like squeezing an orange. Whatever is inside it will eventually come out. So I will say things under the umbrella of ignorance because I want to get where you guys are. And in order for me to do so, I will have to use that method. But when I continue to speak, you understand where I'm coming from. Now take this into consideration. Look at this. This is a reference I'm going to pull. The case is more like tennis. Okay, so I'm going to pull the reference of tennis. Okay, so there are two players in tennis. There are two players, not the quadruple tennis. The two players. Two players. One is a prosecutor, one is a defendant. So those are the two players on the court. The ball that is being played is Vybz Kartel, right? Here lies a guy that wants his freedom, right? And so he has a defense team that has put in work for him to get his freedom, right? The Privy Council is actually the judge that's on the tennis court with the players, right? And because of such, they are serving. So for each serve and for each point gain, for each serving and a point gain, the defense get a point, the prosecutor get a point, yada, 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 yada. Now, what has happened is that the judge had made a decision that here lies the game. Both guys are playing. They are getting points. So they go into something that they call a tie break. A tie break. So the Privy Council realized that there's a tie break right here. So when there's a tie break, the Privy Council who is the judge on the court, has a decision to make. Am I going to give the point to the defense? Am I going to give it to the prosecutor? Am I going to give it to player number one, or am I going to give it to player number second? So the judge has a decision with the Privy Council. Privy Council decide that, listen, I'm going to refer it back to the Court of Appeal so they can make a decision as to whether or not this case should be retried, the verdict should stand, or they should throw it out and allow him to walk out of the prison a free man, right? Setting it back to the Court of Appeal is what you would call a set match. Because a set match is made because both have been like 15-15 a points, right? Or 30-30 a points, or 3-2 a points, I'm sorry. So a set match has been set 3-3 a point. So that's a set match. The tie break, it went into a set match. That's tennis for those who understand tennis. Tie break, he went into a set match. When he went into a set match now, a new match has started. So the judge on the tennis court decided that I'm going to make a new match start because these are, it's equal unforced errors, it's equal return serve, it's equal point gain, and because of such, it's a tie break. We're going to call it a set match and a new match has start. It's the same game, but a new match has start. So points will be added for who is returning serve, who is serving in the court and gaining point, who can't return serve, and all of that. So a new game, so a new set match has started, right? Now a new set match has started in the same game. This is what is happening with Vybz Kartel case. Vybz Kartel is a player, he's a ball. However, the ball is tired, the ball is weary, the ball wants to rest. So we want a match point We want a match point. They actually thought that it was going to be a match point. This is what the defense thought, that it was going to be a match point when it reached to the Privy Council. You understand? And for the Privy Council to rule, which a lot of persons were hoping for it be a match point, so they would make a verdict, game over, they win. You understand what I'm trying to say? Now the judge decide that, who is the Privy Council now? Judge Tennis, Privy Council, right? He decided that, okay, and a set match, I'm going to call it a set match. We're going to send it back to another court, which is the same game, it's just a new game start. So a new game has start, and the ball is still being played. It's the same ball that they both players are going to return serve. You understand? And try to gain points so they can go into match point and decide who wins. At the end of the day, the ball is not resting. The ball is still being played. The ball is tired. The ball wants to come out of the game. They want the game to be over. That is the predicament that Vybz Kartel is in. So when the attorneys are saying that he won, and what did they win? You win when Vybz Kartel can take himself and walk the hell out of the prison. The correctional officers open the gate and let him out. That's when he win. If the man is still in prison or still behind bar, he has not win. And that's the reason I had suggested that they ask for a reduced sentence. Yes, it's going to look, as I said it the 50 million time, using hyperbole, I said it the 50 million time, that it's going to look as if he's guilty somewhat. However, they could have put the argument that because there was the error of the juror, the corrupted juror, also the phone tampering also, they could have used that and take it into consideration and say, okay, you guys have convicted this man by way of misconduct when it came to the entire case of the phone and the corrupted juror. So we're asking for at least time served. We're asking for reduced sentence. We're asking for something other than to throw the entire case, because the Privy Council is not going to look at what look like the guy is actually guilty and just throw it out based on a corrupted juror and stuff like that. Because there isn't a law that say the judge actually supposed to throw it out. Once the juror is found to be corrupted, it should automatically retried and stuff like that. So people are saying that the judge is wrong, the judge is this. Yes, it's okay to say that's a mere opinion and you're entitled to it. But I would ask, if I was in Vybz Kartel case, I would tell them to ask for a reduced sentence, because guess what? You know when you will be coming out. You know that in 5 years time, in 6 years time, they would have said, okay, he has served 13 years, let's give him 5 more. So that's 18 years, okay? So he know that he will be coming out, and he know when he will be coming out. So in 5 years time, there will be a great relief that he would have, because he is committed to his freedom. That's what I am saying. I don't know why that is so hard for people to fathom and for people to want to come at me and attack me. I care zero. Vybz Kartel is caught between a rock and a hard place. He's a ball. These attorneys are in business to make money. It doesn't matter how much they associate themselves with you, or you believe that they're a friend. They are in business to make money. And this look like a game. Like I said, it's 2 players. The prosecutor and defense, 2 players. Vybz Kartel is a ball in the court. You understand? And a game is being played right now. He's a pawn in the game. That's the harsh reality that nobody wants to face. He's a pawn in the game. I don't think that these attorneys necessarily are looking at a way where he can be committed to immediate freedom, because here lies Bert Samuels is saying that if such is the case and isn't granted, if it's not a retrial, he's supposed to be free, and if not, they can file a lawsuit. You know they're gonna have to pay you again in order for you to put documents forward for a lawsuit. That's money again. You understand me? For the Court of Appeal to make a decision, that's money again. You understand what I'm saying? So at all times, you're constantly being paid more money. And this is what I'm saying to people that you guys are not seeing. You guys are not seeing that a game is actually being played. These attorneys are in business to make money. They're in business to make money. I study law. Like I said, I went to academia that taught law. So I am aware of how the game is played. You might not be, because your knowledge and intelligence is powered by what a vlogger has to say to you. I am not. There's a difference. That's the difference. You're going by this. And it's the same thing that you're looking at with the entire case. You're going by this. You're not looking beyond, because black people have a problem, like I said before, to read into esoteric. They can't. You understand? Just like I said, it's like protege and the full purple with the gold inside. You can't read esoteric. You don't know what it means. You understand? And because you don't, that's what people take face value and they go by it. So everybody's running around and saying that, yes, I know his fans want him to be free and those people were so happy. You understand? I just call it innocence. They are so happy they thought that he was going to come out and they were elated and all of that. And yes, you know, I'm not going to beat them. I'm not going to beat those people because sometimes you don't know, you just don't know. But based on what the vlogger put out, vloggers have been putting out saying that he's coming out, he will be released and stuff like that. They ran with it and believe that it was actually true. But unfortunately, that's not the case right now. He has another case that is at hand. And the only person who is benefiting from it is the defense. The defense is benefiting from it. They're not going to tell you. I am telling you. They're not going to tell you because that's who they are. They are not going to tell you. But I am telling you that they are the only ones that are benefiting from this. And here lies a man in prison who, he should be, the main thing that they should tell him is that you should be focusing on when you're coming out and your freedom and win. Your freedom and win. Vybz Kartel, your freedom and win. So saying this and you're jollying and so I can't be, Vybz Kartel could never be in a happy place because he cannot walk through the door and come out. He cannot walk through that big gate and come out. And that's what he wants. So that's the information that I was trying to put to you guys and let you understand where I am coming from. But then again, it's not even where I'm coming from. It's actually the truth. You understand? So I'm sorry, you might not appreciate it or you might not like it or it's delivered, but guess what? We're not here to spare feelings because I certainly am not being disrespectful. I'm just giving you a taste of reality. I just don't like when these trolls come out and believe that they are you can say something or you are using your stupidity to look at face value and judge me and come and attack me and think that I can't clap back. I really can. It's just that you're not L'Oreal. You're simply not worth it. You understand? And so sometimes I will just delete it or I'll say what I have to say to you and I keep it moving. But at the end of the day, the attorneys need, I don't know, Vybz Kartel is caught between a rock and a hard place. That's all I have to say. And I wouldn't want to wish that on my worst enemy. I wouldn't want, you know, probably my worst enemy, yeah, because if my worst enemy have hurt me that kind of way or something like that, I would probably want them to be in prison. But the guy has done 13 years. He has done 13 years. And I was thinking that if he asked for a reduced sentence or something like that, then you are certain. You're coming out and you're certain of win. You understand? That's all I'm saying. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy your day and may God bless you. Bye-bye.